Hello, I'm TheZOMBIEJ, and it's time for another Bionicle G2 video! Yes, it's time for another Bionicle G2 video. So, this time, it's gonna be kind of a review sort of thing, but it's more of like a overview and discussion sort of thing, you know? I want to talk about the elemental beasts, except for Umrak the Destroyer. That's a separate video for another day. Well, probably later today. I don't know. So we only got 3 elemental beasts, and we probably should have gotten, well, obviously, 6 to go up against the 6 Toa Uniters, but we didn't. However, Skybird made his own jungle beast, which looked pretty ravenous and terrifying to some degree. Looked awesome too, so that's cool. But there was a lack of a jungle beast, an ice beast, and a stone beast for official sets, So what we got was Lava Beast, Storm Beast, and Quake Beast. Let's take a look at Mr. Lava Beast first. And this might be actually my favorite, because he looks more demonic and evil and Satan-like than the other two. The other two just look kind of weird. So here he is. So right off the bat, he does look kind of vicious. And they all use the same head mask mold thing, which does pop off. Okay, that's typical. If you look at this one, it looks kind of evil. I mean, you would expect this to be on like a Satan mock of some sort, which I do plan on building or rebuilding my old Satan mock at some point, so stay tuned for that. But I think I might use parts of this to build that. And obviously parts out of my own collection, so there we go. Twofold. But this little cretin is pretty decent for the most part. The feet are, well, they're nothing special. They're just the smallest of the beast feet with these nice little claw, transparent orange claw pieces clipped onto there as like toes or toe claws. And also this Technic piece right there, which that version was eventually phased out for another one. So the lower legs are nothing special at all. You could build these out of parts from your own collection. It's lazy, it's stupid, it's retarded, but hey, we got these burnt orange Glatorian necks anyway, so that's a plus, I suppose. But again, this just feels lazy. It's like they couldn't even bother to cover anything up. It's like, what the fuck? Upper legs are nothing special. It's just the black shell piece with the dark gray normal size bone piece and the friction adders, which add friction and length. And that's basically the legs. They're fairly simple and straightforward. Arguably a little too simple, I'd say. At least the upper legs are acceptable, but the lower legs just seem... I guess they were going for like a chicken leg sort of type of design, I guess. Sort of like, I don't know, yeah, but it just kind of sucks, to be honest. I mean, if I put him next to the others, he's kind of the shortest. I mean, maybe not really. I don't know. He's definitely not the tallest of the beasts. He's sort of middling. His torso, obviously, he's using the Uniter torso, so he actually has this butt plug thing, so he can do that. That's always fun. That was the gimmick of 2016 for the gear function. He has a black shell piece right here. He's got these 2 Technic pieces holding his arms into place, and well, that can come off easily, so it's fairly tight. There we go. See? That's awful. But hey, I commend them for trying at least. The Hordika necks, it's nice to have those again. There's a bit of gappiness here and there, but hey, there's always going to be gaps. So, fuck that. Then the torso armor, obviously the torso armor is jutted out a little bit more. Thanks to that one piece we got in 2014? No, 2012, I think, is when it started. Skull Villain torso armor rib cage piece. That's pretty cool. The torso armor add-on looks, chest armor add-on looks pretty awesome. Actually, I like the print. Looks very lava and magma-y. And that's basically it for the torso. The arms. What are these weapons? You turn these black gears and they're scissor wings. What the fuck is a scissor wing? Well, it does this, apparently. Okay. So that's the main function that he has for his weapons, which is kind of weird. They're attached to his wrists or at the top of his hands or whatever. I mean, they had to include some kind of function with his weapons, so this feels kind of ham-fisted, you know. But it's nice to have these swords with the black and also fading to the orange. But there seems to be like a marbling of the in between black and orange, like the colors kind of combine and whatnot. So it's like a gray is melded into that, and it looks pretty sinister actually. The arms are nothing special; they're just these trans orange red bone pieces. Got this nice crystal armor in that smoky black color. Looks awesome. Again, this black forlong armor piece in, well, black, obviously. It seems to be a bit repetitious with that piece in that color. I mean, of course, he was a lava beast, so, yeah. The hands are actually quite custom, and I like them. I like the hand design. The fingers, the two fingers can actually move. They can twist, and the thumbs are immobile. They are in place. But I do like this hand design. I do think it's definitely one that I could see using for my Satan mock. But at the same time, it's not perfect by any means, but I mean, it's a simple build, but hey, it works. It's definitely designed well for a hand design. I mean, I've seen better, but hey, I've arguably seen worse as well. And this is kind of in between. It's a good design, though. I like it. The head. The head has two joints. One right there at the neck portion, and one right there at the head portion. That looks terrifying, almost. Yikes. The neck is, well, the back of the head is composed of these pieces, all, you know, stacked together, and he only has one of these bear trap pieces, which, fine, whatever. He only has one. That's one less half you're gonna have out of this set. So okay, that, you know what? That's fine. I don't fucking care. It's still a useful piece, just not as a bear trap. More or less as like a armor or some sort. The head on all the beasts is all translucent, yellowish greenish, and that's fine. The eye stalk is the same thing. I mean, I kind of get what they were going for with having this as translucent as it is, because you know the eye holes of the mask don't honestly meet up with the eye holes of the head, so how else were they going to do this? Make the whole thing translucent, you know? Translucent, yellowish, greenish. And so I think it works pretty fine. You got the jaw piece, which looks kind of weird. It is cool, too. A little rocky and terrifying to some extent. A little bit asymmetrical. And, you know, that connects to these, which connects to this, which connects to the, yeah. You got half bushings, you got these horns, which don't look as demonic or devilish as they really should. because, you know, these horns are just Borak eyes, which are not the most demonic looking thing in the world. So they work, I guess, but they're not really necessary. Honestly, I feel like I could do better with horns for this guy, and I definitely plan on doing that. So with my Satan mock, so I'll be having fun with that. Articulation wise, obviously, you know, the head can go up and down and multiple points of articulation, so you can get some quite interesting expression out of him. Very fun, very fun. Obviously, you know, if you're not careful, the mask will pop off, but that's why you gotta be careful. The arms obviously move in every which way you could possibly think of. These obviously do their thing. Oop. But these are supposed to be wings, but they're scissors at the same time. It's like, I'd rather use real scissors. In fact, I have a pair of scissors right here. Yeah. So the torso, again, the articulation is at this, and that's always fun. The friction adders, ooh, squeaky squeak. This can move all the way down to like that, so it's like a 90-degree bend, and these can move, and these can move. Nothing special here for Mr. Lava Beast. I mean, he's alright for the most part. I've seen worse. But again, what really is a letdown for me is those lower legs being as simple and as, well, kind of terrible as they are. And also, you know, the wings being as weird and kind of it's like, what were they thinking with these wings? Now, the hands are great. The hands are great design. The torso seems like there's a little less to it. It feels like they should have done some more. There's definitely some wrongdoing with the neck here. The second, well, there's only one bear trap piece being used, so you can't have a pair of them to create a trap, which, you know, whatever. The feet are alright for the most part. But another thing, you know, again, this being as ham-fisted as it is into the design of the set, it just feels like, I don't know. It feels like, you know, this could have been an awesome beast, but he's only the first of the three, so things are going to get worse from here, I think. But trust me, Lava Beast is not the worst of them all. He's actually the best of them all, and that's saying something. Let me drink some tea. Alright, we're going on to the next beast, which I actually kind of like, but I don't like as much as Lava Beast. So this is Storm Beast. This guy looks like kind of a mess in a way. First of all, you know, he reuses the biggest of the beast feet, which is fine, and he has these stoppers on there as well. The lower legs look fine, I guess, as custom as they are. They're definitely better than, more unique, I guess, than Lava Beasts, which are just 3 fucking parts. This is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's double the parts. Extra money, I guess. I don't know. The upper legs are the same, basically, as Lava Beasts, except these shells, which are quite expensive nowadays and hard to get a hold of, I guess. I don't know, I could be wrong. But these shells in the blue color that they are, nice to have those. I only have 2 of them, unfortunately, and that's with this set. But hey, you know, the arms are simple. I mean, the actual arms are fucking simple as all hell. It's just this bone piece, which could be used as an arm or a leg or whatever, or both. And this crystal piece, which again is a nice piece, but I don't know. The hand design, I mean, it's cool, I guess. You got these individual skull spider fingers in translucent lime green, light yellow green, and you can move this thumb like that and that, but it's using a protector foot or a beast foot as the base for the hand, and they have the socket right there and whatnot. This feels kind of weird, This hand feels like it feels kind of wrong because of that open ball joint, mostly. And I don't know. For the most part, I like this hand design, but I just don't like that open ball joint being not used. I mean, I get why they did it because it's just part of the design philosophy of this set, and otherwise, it is what it is. The torso armor, again, skull villain armor in blue, trans blue, and the chest armor, nice design. I like it. Don't like it as much as the lava beasts chest armor. The head, once again, is all transparent, translucent, whatever, lime green. The mask is the same for all the beasts, like I said, but this one is a dark blue, which fades to a trans lime green, and the transition point between the colors is kind of, honestly, not as terrifying as the lava beast one, but something feels wrong here. The tail, I mean, he does have another one of those shell pieces in that blue. He does have a full trap piece here, which closes and opens. He does have these linkages right here, which are part of the function, and they go into the toe ball joints, and have this Glatorian neck on his butt, and that goes right into that. This whole assembly feels kind of weird, and he's using the Uniter torso. Actually, no, that's not the Uniter torso. It's actually something else. I'm actually not sure what that is. I think that's a Star Wars torso, actually, that is being used, but that's strange. The Borak eyes are fine aesthetics. Yeah, he's got this Glatorian neck as a neck. But you want to see the function. Well, prepare for disappointment, because this is not that great. I mean, at the time I thought it was alright, but you have to line up his arms in the air as if he's about to surrender. Then you put his tail up. This feels clunky. This feels just kind of, again, ham-fisted. I mean, it works. I'm not going to complain about it working, but, it does work, but it just feels kind of, not that great. This function is clunky, and it feels like it was sort of thrown together as sort of an attempt to do something different with Bionicle functions. And that's okay, I guess, but at the same time, it looks kind of ugly, especially from the back. And also from the front, you see these things on each side of the characters, like, what the hell are those? Then you look at the back, it's like, this is a fucking mess. And it is a fucking mess. It's actually kind of ugly to look at. But at least they tried to do something different. I'm not going to complain too much, but it does feel kind of, thrown together, and in that regard, wrong. So, for the most part, obviously, the articulation, he can move his head around, he can move his arms around, and get caught up in the function. The fingers can move, this can move, his legs can move. like that. His feet can move. All the same articulation we've come to know from Bionicle sets and CCBS sets at the time. This is probably... it's probably the second worst of the two. I think it's in between obviously being the in between of the beasts. This one feels just kind of messy and a little weird. Now I applaud it for being symmetrical. It's completely symmetrical all the way around, and that's perfectly fucking fine. But at the same time, you're sacrificing, sheer, enjoyment out of this. You can't necessarily get enjoyment out of doing this for hours on end. I mean, again, I applaud this function for being different, but again, it just kind of blows. It's not terrible, but it definitely feels like it was just, they had to include some kind of function with this guy. Yes, he had claws, so why not do this? So, not that great. But then we gotta talk about Quake Beast, so let me take a drink of tea. Quake Beast. Originally, people didn't care for this one all that much. Some people actually kind of hate it. Well, in some ways they're right, but in some ways they're wrong. Quake Beast definitely has a lot to offer here. His function, well, we'll talk about that. His feet are the same. No support, obviously, for whatever reason on the back. The lower legs are more interesting. They're the same amount of parts as Storm Beast's, but the one has this Borak eye as a kneecap sort of thing. So definitely an interesting design right there. Again, trying to go for more of the chicken leg aesthetic, I guess you can say. This one's very asymmetrical, like hideously asymmetrical. To where the other two were completely symmetrical, this one is as asymmetrical as can be. And it's kind of suckish. I mean, let's be honest, this isn't the best of the beasts. In fact, it's literally the worst of the beasts. But it could have been way worse than this. So the upper legs, the upper legs are the same throughout the sets all the way around. Black 4-long piece shell, and this one over here is a trans purple shell piece. So again, asymmetry. You have the black shell piece right here on the upper arm. You have the lower arm in trans purple, which is that second shortest. This hand design, I mean, I do have to commend them for this hand design. Ah, fuck. These, there we go. These, this hand design is decent. It's simple. It's easy to use. It's easy to build. But it's definitely worth expanding upon and using in mocks. So that might be something I do. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But it's definitely usable. He does have this trap piece as a shoulder pauldron, I guess. It's weird, but I don't get it. But hey, it's there. That's a full set of trap piece. And that's fine. The torso armor does jut out like with Lava Beast. And he doesn't, unfortunately, he doesn't have a normal CCBS torso. In fact, he uses the same one that Storm Beast uses. It's a Star Wars torso. The head is the exact same as Storm Beast, except the half bushings are replaced with these dark gray, half things, those Titan pieces. I have no idea what those are, but they're cool. They're nice to use. They're very usable pieces. His mask fades from this purple color to the same color as his Borak eye pieces and all that, the translucent lime green. And the torso armor is purple again. And the chest armor is asymmetrical, but still pretty fucking cool. I like the print. The big arm over here is made of, well, this is the largest upper leg thing, and this can spin. Borak eyes, Toa neck, those things. This is cool. This is fun. And then also one of these bone pieces, you know, socket end. You got a grand total of 3 of these purple shell add-on pieces, the crystal line things. And you know what? You get another one of these mace half pieces, like you get with Protector of Earth, you know, Korgot. So basically, you can, if you have both sets, you can combine the 2 halves, and there you go. You got a full one. No reason to complain there. So there we go. However, if you don't have Korgot and you buy this, or vice versa, you're screwed. So on top of the gearbox, yes, because we're using the master gearbox, we do have these 2 blades here, which are nice to have. Again, we also have, you know, this kind of setup going on. It's kind of weird. You know, different parts being used throughout this entire set. Some of them better than others. Now, the function is kind of weird. It's a gearbox, obviously. You have the little micro gears, you have the 4 lobbed gears, but it's mounted sideways, and there's definitely nothing being done with this portion, which kind of sucks. It's just floating there. What the hell? So you position his crystal arm, and basically you move this lever down this way, and it brings it all the way back, and then you bring it all the way up like this, and then he punches. So it's a punching function, while at the same time his blade thing can also smack the faces of, you know, the Toa or whatever. So it's different. It's a different take on the gear function mechanism. I would have just been perfectly happy with this being extended as a gear lob thing, and, you know, just twisting the gear and having it do that instead of, because yeah, I can do this at the base of the thing and just do that. It's perfectly fine. This kind of weird. It feels kind of just, again, they ham-fisted a function into this, and they tried their best to be creative with it. At points this gets kind of stuck, but, you know, I mean, it's not that great of a gear function, but it is one, at least. So they tried, but it's arguably the worst function of the of the beast. Now you're probably gonna say, but it's a gear function. Yes, it is a gear function. It's not a great gear function, though. Yes, they're combining the micro gears with the with these 4 lobbed knob things, but the lever here, it just feels like, I don't know, this just feels kind of wrong to me. It's not that great. In fact, it's kind of crap. Just having to turn this this lever right here. Now, arguably, it's fine considering you have this little thing and it kind of works. And it does work, but it feels kind of clunky and just not that great, you know. Posability, obviously, you know, his arm can pose all the way. This can pose all the way down like that if you're so inclined. You know, obviously you have the gear function. Head can move. Unfortunately, his head can also pop off, which that blows. You can decapitate him if you so desire. Come on. There we go. The trap can move. The arms can move. His fingers can move. Broken, clipped though. So I'll have to replace those, probably. Don't worry, I'll use Exoforce arms. Keep this design, but scrap the other claws. You know, legs can move, obviously. I might use this leg design for a mock, I don't know. It's nice to see the custom limb designs for Bionicle G2 sets, but they kind of feel like they were just forced into these sets. So while Quake Beast, I'd say, is the weakest out of the lot, it's definitely not the worst set we got in G2. There's already 3 that existed, and I'll probably have a final thoughts video on those at some point while taking them apart. But the beasts here, the elemental beasts, well, it sucks we only got 3. And they were only a Toys R Us exclusive, unfortunately, which is where I got them back in 2016 for my birthday. Along with a Kimu and Boomerang the Destroyer. These beasts, you know, basically what you see is what you get. You can take it or leave it if you so desire, but for me, at the time, I was a fan of these. I'm mostly a fan of the lava beast because he looks like some kind of demon from hell of some sort, which I'm always enamored by, you know, or a fan of, you know, mythological demon-looking things, you know, like Antros and other characters that look like demons. This guy looks like some kind of demon, and it looks awesome. I actually might keep this one built. Actually, I might expand upon this, or I'll just use his parts to create my Satan mock. Also, Pyrox from Hero Factory was a literal demon. I mean, come on. You can't argue with that. Storm Beast, his function is clunky and kind of just felt like it was forced almost. It felt kind of just not that genuine. The hand design feels unique. It's somewhat lazy because, you know, the open sockets on the hands, which is always a thing of anti-beauty, I guess you could say. The Borak eyes are nice to have. I have to commend them for, you know, actually building lower legs for these with, you know, a number of parts. It's nice to see, you know, but these just feel kind of alright for the most part, at least for Quake Beast and Storm Beast. For Lava Beast, it felt like it was forced. Like, the budget was definitely not in the designer's favor. 3 pieces for a lower leg, seriously? I mean, come on, you could have done better than that. And to be honest, the burnt orange Clitorian necks don't match the color scheme of Mr. Lava Beast. Obviously, they don't match it at all. What the hell were they doing? So, I mean, it's nice to have those parts at least, so that's cool. But at the same time, are they worth the $15? Probably not. You could just buy them off of BrickLink for like 50 cents or 75 cents each, which is, you know, always a plus, unless there's bootleg versions of those, which are probably like, I don't know, 10 cents a piece. So, the Beast masks are pretty fucking cool. They're very rocky in texture, in design, and they definitely have, you know, the fading from the solid color to the transparent color. It's very nice. I definitely like the Lava Beast one. It looks more menacing and dark and evil and demonic. The other two just look colorful and fun. Quake Beast definitely has problems. The gear function is there, but it's just kind of the weakest use of the gear function. It's creative somewhat, because, you know, they're turning the gear function on its side, the gearbox on its side, and, you know, it's a different take, but again, there's gaps, and not to mention, you know, that, you know, if you're not looking at if you're not looking at Quake Beast from that angle, he looks fine. But if you look at him from the gearbox angle from here, there's a lot that could have been done to cover that up. And they did that on the box art. But this is definitely unacceptable. I mean, it was acceptable at the time, I guess, but, you know, we were thirsty for Bionicle sets at the time, I guess. So they gave us something, at least. They gave us something to build. They gave us something to enjoy. And, you know, we got a lot of great masks and parts and whatnot. But these beasts are arguably not the best thing that came out of G2. They are actually kind of middling. They're all right. They really are. They're all right for the most part. They're not the worst sets of G2 by any means. I feel like, you know, with all their flaws in mind, these are still pretty decent parts packs, I say. For $15 a pop, you can definitely feel comfortable shelling out the $45 or so to buy all three of these. And, you know, experiment with the parts at your own risk. Even use the hand designs for Lava Beast in your own Demon Mock. I've seen, actually, there was a mock, I think, what was his name? Ben Costi, on YouTube. He did a video, and actually I can't remember if it was him or not. They did a video, and there was a Lava Beast, and then they kind of turned the Lava Beast into a massive, monstrous, demon-looking thing and made him look better. Honestly, I feel like, you know, that's all great, you know. But, you know, like I said before in other videos, Lego basically gave us these sets for us to make better. So, in that right, you could totally make Quake Beast even better than he already is. He's not better. I mean, he's okay for the most part. He's alright, but he definitely has the most problems of the beasts, and you can definitely make him more better than Lego probably could ever dream of making him better, you know? Same thing with Storm Beast, same thing with Lava Beast, and that's been proven. But Lego essentially gave us these sets for us to make much better and to expand upon, you know? Because that's basically the philosophy that, you know, exists. It's a thing, and I truly believe it. Storm Beast, again, the function is just weird and outlandish, and the claws are, well, they're there. The lower leg design is okay. It's just a fucking mess from behind, though. That sounded wrong. The parts are at least good to have. It's nice to have these shell pieces in the color that they are. But if you want more of these shell pieces in the blue color for, you know, Metro Nui related mocks, you're looking at spending maybe like $5 a shell, which could be overestimating, could be underestimating. I don't know. But luckily, there's bootlegs of that exact print, that exact mold available on AliExpress, I think. I haven't gotten any of them myself, but I have done the research and I have figured them out, and they are a thing. So that's cool. So the Elemental Beasts overall are alright for the most part. They have their problems, but at least, you know, at least Lego tried to give us competent, monstrous monster sets to fight the Toa Uniters, and also Akimu, which was another set entirely. And you know what? This isn't the only. These aren't the last beast set we got from G2. We got Umrak the Destroyer, who was originally a hunter, who became a big fucking monster dude, corrupted by the Mask of Control, and spawned these. And yeah, we'll be taking a look at Umrak the Destroyer later. But as far as I'm concerned, these beasts, again, they have their problems, but they're still enjoyable builds. You can definitely be happy with the experience of building these. Even as, you know, kind of middling as these are, they're still, for the most part, enjoyable builds. But overall, there's definitely a lack of, you know, actual care that went into these. There's a lot that could be rectified, a lot that could be, you know, done better, but for the most part, they're alright. That's all there is to it. They're alright. Would I recommend seeking out all of these? If you can get them for their original asking price of $15, I'd say go for it if you want the parts. If you want to look at these on the shelf, they look great on a shelf for about, you know, a certain amount of time, but after then you might want to take them apart and consider, you know, experimenting with the parts and building your own MOCs, you know? So that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, that is it for this video. Stay tuned for more videos. I am TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks there. Have a good fucking day. Sorry about the dogs barking. That's just, yeah. Peace.